Okay, is this, can you see the presentation?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start with a controversial topic, which is fun. So this is about the navigation start time and who needs to know the navigation start time. We touched on this in the last workgroup call, and it seemed like a good idea. It seemed like it was just a start of a conversation, and also there's a lot of discussion on the issue. I would say kind of a somewhat polarized conversation about this, or we should definitely do this, or we should definitely not do this, which makes it interesting. So I would like to do a short presentation about this and then get to the discussion. So this is from the HR high resolution time spec. If the global object is a window, the time origin is the time of starting the navigation. Where starting the navigation is, for example, when you click a link or when you submit a form, it's something that happens on some origin that is not necessarily related to where you're going. It's before the unload event, it's before whatever you're doing in the server. So the time origin is our zero, our epoch for everything. So all the performance timing numbers, their 0 point is that time origin. Really everything, performance.now uses time origin. So everything relates to that point in time where the user started on any navigation somewhere. Now, this takes us to cross-origin issue with this, which is the issue. So let's say user clicks a link or just navigates, using the address bar to site.a.com. Site.a.com sends a location header 302 or something like that to site.b.com. And there is this exposed cross-origin time that is between the time the user clicked the address bar until we got to site.b.com. I like calling that time the prehistory. It's the time, or it's the prehistoric times before I know what happened. There's a bunch of time. All I know about it is how long it took, but I don't know what happened there at all. So if I had a cross-origin redirect, site A, I would have all this time that I know about. But this is not the only case. Another case, I submit a form at site.a.com. At site.a.com, I process the post request from the form. And only after I process the post request, I send back a response with location to site.b.com. So the prehistory time has grown, and maybe I can extrapolate that there was a post request, that something happened there. Maybe there was some expensive database put before the server sent the response to my site. Another thing doesn't even have to be a redirect. Because navigation start happens before a bunch of events, namely on unload, on page hide, on visibility change, those events are fired after the navigation starts. So any time spent in some site that runs those events would be noticed by that prehistoric time in site B. Now, also, all of those are combined. So this prehistoric time is actually a big cloud of many, many things. You submit a form on the first domain, you get all the events, then you process a submit, then you get a redirect to another domain, that domain redirects to your domain, and you get this big bunch of time that is your really the time between 0 and your redirect start or fetch start. It is a prehistoric time, and you don't really know what happened there, but maybe you can extrapolate. Now, this is two sides of problem. First of all, in site B, maybe there are things I can figure out. Usually extrapolating them from statistics, which is like how people were reacting in the responding on the GitHub issue. Like maybe I see that, especially since this is high resolution, that redirects from Twitter are taking me around 80 milliseconds, and redirects from Google search are taking me around 120 milliseconds from particular geos. So maybe I can do some extrapolations about it. I can maybe extrapolate whether other actions happened on the original site before the user got here. I can maybe extrapolate that there was an ad broker or something like that on the way. Now, one thing that is maybe extrapolatable in a more direct way is some sort of implicit session sharing between site A and site B. Let's say I have a regular A anchor link from site A to site B. It has nothing on it, just an href to my site. But when the link is clicked, I send a beacon just with performance.time or something like that. On site B, I can correlate as this is the same user because the navigation start would be very close to the click time on the original site. Now, this is not a cross-domain issue. Both site A and site B are welcome to share the information, but this could be a way to hide, let's say, from GDPR or from other regulatory environments that there is an actual cross-site session being shared here without cookies and without a query variable, which is something user agents are trying to tackle. I think this is a more critical issue, maybe. Other thing that people in RAM are experiencing now, or people can comment on it more, is less about security, but more about random influence. Because of all this prehistoric time, you get this as a big timestamp, really, but you don't have any details of what it entails. You just don't know if some websites redirected to you and had a very long page hide event. Like, how is that your responsibility? So people complain, my numbers dropped because some site linking to me had a long unload event. People can even do malicious effects on other sites' loading time by doing slow redirects to them. Not that we're seeing that in practice right now, but it raises the question of, as a destination site, is that my responsibility to optimize my cross-origin redirect times when I don't even know it? Don't even know who redirected to me. So I see this problem as a graph between potentially harmful and potentially useful things that are either on one corner of it or on the other corner. If I can figure out what happened, then I can also extrapolate cross-origin information, and that's the only way where this information can also be valuable to me. On the other corner of it is one of many things could have happened, and I don't know what. I just know that prehistoric time was long or short, and then it's not really useful information. I can't optimize with it, and then it's also not harmful. So between something that's either harmless, either not useful or harmful, is where I see this this number right now. But we'll get to that with the discussion. This is kind of my analysis and opinion on it, and my opinions are often wrong. But my conclusions from the matter is that, yes, cross-origin time before fetch, this prehistoric time, is important for user experience. The users don't care that this was a cross-origin redirect. They care that they posted something or they clicked the link and it took X amount of time to get to their destination. However, as far as the destination site is concerned, this information is either useless or it violates course origin and exposes information that's not the destination's site responsibility. I think we have two main options I can think about, and I'll expand more on option 2. First of all is live with the current situation and say, hey, yes, this is a problem, but it's too late to change. We've been with this for a long time. And like if we change this, it changes the baseline for performance measurements, and we'll have a new APOC and a Y2K bug, and we can't compare things to before, and we don't know what's going on with performance. And that outweighs whatever problem this created whenever this was created, I don't know, 5 years ago or more. The other option is to move the time origin to the redirect start time of the current origin. Meaning if I still have some same origin redirects, I can have a redirect start time when they start, and I just don't know if I was redirected here by something that took a long time, either by unload events or course origin redirects or posts or whatnot, or proxies. So I think from the discussion, we should discuss this. And let's say we do move to something that's a change. How do we ship this? Do we put an enum somewhere that says, oh, this is after the epoch of changing what time origin meant? Or how do we do this? And how does this affect RUM? So I will stop sharing and move to the discussion. And I would like to start at least with